My dear viewers, if you expected this to be a very different video from what it's going to end up being, all I can tell you is I'm right there with you. When I set out to do a review of this Augustinus Bader, the Rich Cream, I had in my head that things were going to go in a completely different direction. I must admit, I think the best place to start today's video is to jump directly into the middle of it, so you can understand just how difficult of a video this is for me to film. Granted, if you're stumbling upon this channel, you need a little tiny bit of backstory, and so I will give it to you very briefly. I do at least 2-week-long trials of skincare brands or products. Sometimes I switch it up, and I do, instead of doing my entire face, I put some specific product or brand on half of my face. And that's how I decided to do an Augustinus Bader Rich Cream trial. On Sunday, October 10th, I began using Augustinus Bader's The Rich Cream on half my face, morning and evening after cleansing, and only after cleansing, with one tiny exception. I wasn't gonna lose my retinaldehyde, so I continued to use that every other night. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and put up on the screen the original video diary that I started with this product. This would be day 4. While I'm voicing over it at this point, what I was going off on in this little clip is that I saw such an immense change in my skin over 4 days. I've been doing these trials on this channel for years. You don't see changes in your skin from a new product in 4 days. It's unheard of. It doesn't happen. I already saw an immense improvement in where I had some spots on my skin, some discoloration. I actually chose the worst side of my face for this trial because I believed so strongly in Augustinus Bader's The Rich Cream. But by far the biggest change that I saw 4 days into this trial is that my under eye area looked lifted. It looked glowing. And you can so clearly see this in the clip that I'm showing you. You can see that this looks like the best eye cream I've ever tried in my life, and yet it's just simply a moisturizer that I took all over my entire face. I go on to close this clip out by saying I'm nervous because if my skin has changed this much over 4 days, at the end of this trial, am I going to have a completely different looking face on half of my face? I'm already not the most symmetrical person. I was highly concerned, but also so excited to see a product that was actually delivering these incredible results. So let me go ahead and give you some backstory on why I decided to do a trial of a product that retails for $265 when most of my trials on this channel have been, you know, products that are $10 to $20. We have some mid-range, we have some high-end, but $265 products, we don't really do those on this channel. I am very simply not a rich person, so for this brand to have convinced me to shell out the money in the first place, it's impressive, but here's why it happened. So, I had received not 1 but 2 samples in total before I decided to buy this size right here. The first one was a while ago. I think it's in an Empties video somewhere where I say how amazing this was. I was really impressed with it. Then I bought the Sephora Luxe Edit. This is such a tiny sample. It's 0.2 fluid ounces. But every time I tried this sample, I noticed a change in my skin overnight. And that is why on October 9th, I said, you know what? I want to do a trial. I want to do a trial. I placed an order online for the full size because I figured there's no way the sample is going to last a full 2 weeks, even if just on half of my face. So I bought the small size. A little bit of a pro tip for you, there is no difference in price between the 0.5 and the 1 ounce size. It is a better deal to buy the 1.7 ounce size if this is something that you are truly interested in. I did receive my order, although I continued to finish off the sample. I think that's a fairly reasonable thing to do. One day I did run out of the sample, and so the next day I used my full size that I had bought. Coincidentally, the first time I ever tried my new purchase, I was indeed filming a video diary. And I will once again show you this up on the screen. I was applying the Augustinus Bader on half of my face and the Juno Moonshine Primer on the other half of my face, nothing under this. And I'll probably have to speed this clip up so you can see what happens afterwards, but what happened afterwards shocked me. I did not notice that my skin was turning red until I noticed it all at once. All of a sudden, I'm sitting there looking in the mirror, and my skin has turned into a tomato on half of my face. And yes, that's the Augustinus Bader side. Oh no. I don't know if this is going to be as shocking of a clip if you're just stumbling upon this video, but for my long-term subscribers who know that I don't really swear, that's got to be shocking in more ways than one. You did this to me at my birthday dinner? Right in front of my salad? How on earth was I looking in the mirror and seeing this incredible product that I was raving about for days, now showing the signs of an allergic reaction? Like a not at all rational person, I washed this off and reapplied it. What was I thinking? Don't do this. If you have an allergic reaction to a product, you're allergic to it. Don't force it a second time. Alice! Alice! And lo and behold, the same thing happened. Of course it happened again. Of course it did. This is when I take the two boxes side by side and I realize that the sample that I had just gotten in my Luxe box from Sephora has different ingredients. This is a reformulation. And in reformulating the product, now I can't use it. I thought I was going to show you potentially the best moisturizer in the entire world. Results that are so much more impactful than any other trial I've done on this channel in all the years I've been doing this. And yet in the end, we'll never know what the results could have been. True story for you. I contemplated not posting this video at all. Even though I had alluded to it, even though I had been excited about it and even talked to some of you in the comments about it. And here's why. Is this a helpful review? I had an allergic reaction, therefore I can't review the product. Is that helpful? No, it's not, because allergies are not going to happen to the vast majority of people. Most of you watching this video, you'll be able to use this product with no problem. And every time in the past that I've posted a review in which I talk about products that I had a reaction to, I always get some amount of really angry people. You know, I'm talking about potentially favorite products and yet I'm saying, hey, it was a disaster for me. I understand that that can be provoking of frustration, anger. But then I thought about it further and I realized, well, I'm going to take the dislikes. It's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. But I think we can do more with this. I think we can do more with this situation. I think that we can analyze what's going on in this product. So what are the claims with Augustinus Bader's The Rich Cream? Well, first of all, one of the biggest selling points to me personally was that originally this was a one product does it all product. Augustinus Bader claimed that you just wash your face and you apply this and you are done. This does everything for you that, you know, a 10-step skincare routine does, all in one product. That's something that's really hard for me to wrap my head around as a skincare enthusiast, but again, I tried the samples. I had experienced that it actually did seem to substitute for an entire skincare routine all in one product. But not just that, you may notice the box is the Rich Cream with TFC8. And that right there, TFC8, is supposed to be the miracle ingredient from Augustinus Bader. True enough, you will not see TFC8 written anywhere on the ingredients list, and that's because it's referring to a complex. Let's dive a little deeper into this TFC8 ingredient and talk about everything that is going on here. So, according to the website, they say that this ingredient is comprised of natural amino acids. And in fact, we do see amino acids appearing on the label. High-grade vitamins. Now, I can talk a lot about this because my background is in nutritional science. So high-grade vitamins, we don't really grade vitamins, but let's be clear about something here. You can have better ingredients in one product than in another. So giving you a nutrition example here, if you buy two products from different companies that are both 100% orange juice, you may notice that one of those is helping you fight your cold symptoms better than the other. And the reasons for this could very much include how fresh are the oranges in those products. Where were those oranges grown? What types of oranges are they? You absolutely can have different nutritional profiles from the exact same ingredient. And there's brands in skincare that do address this. For example, Fresh or Primrose both had this idea of harvesting ingredients at their peak of freshness. You get it, the name Fresh. So, there are certainly companies that are looking at this. As for high-grade vitamins, well, we do have derivatives in skincare. When you're talking about vitamin C, we often call them different forms, but really there's only L-ascorbic acid or the derivatives. And we do have a lot more research on L-ascorbic than those derivatives. And sure enough, we do have those ingredients in here. We have Panthenol, which you can find in all kinds of products, but yeah, it's a vitamin B ingredient. Kind of seems like overall it's fairly simple so far, doesn't it? And they add synthesized molecules naturally found in the body. So in skincare, there are a lot of skin-identical ingredients. For example, hyaluronic acid. Our bodies naturally make hyaluronic acid, and yet you can buy products that contain hyaluronic acid. The difference is the products typically synthesize that hyaluronic acid from bacteria, whereas we produce our own. Squalane, very similar to the oils in our skin. Or you could even look at entire complexes, such as the Ordinary's natural moisturizing factors. Oh, did I just say the Ordinary? Little bit of a price difference there between the Ordinary and Augustinus Bader. TFC8 nourishes and protects the skin while taking a personalized approach to supporting the skin's innate potential for renewal. Which I'm not really sure that sentence has a whole lot of meaning. Perhaps they infused this cream with alien life forms that probe across your skin and detect any areas of damage that they need to correct. I think that's what David Firth's cream did also. Or that sentence is kind of a little bit more on the marketing side of things. I am, of course, not making today's video to deny the possibility of a synergistic blend, nor to deny Dr. Bader's 30 years of research that went into this. But at the same time, it kind of does feel, from looking at the INCI and looking at the facts the website gives us about TFC8, it kind of feels like, what is actually so special about this? Now, just for you all, I painstakingly, and I emphasize painstakingly, went through the ingredients on the old package here. They will be in the description box below if you want to do some comparisons. Just so you know, the Sephora website that sold me this in the Luxe box lists the new ingredients. I didn't catch it because of how much it hurts my eyes to attempt to read this box. I cannot take a photo of it for you. I had to sit there with the flashlight on it, going like, oh, it was painful. Anyway, here's the thing. I cannot help but look at the new versus old formula and feel like the old one looks so much better. Why did we lose ceramides in the new version? Where did the lactic acid go in the new version? Why are there so many fewer amino acids? Why is it a base of Coco-Caprylate Caprate? And why on earth did they add in to this one? This is London, what's the name of this one? London flower? I gotta look it up. London rocket flower, which you just don't see in most products, and there's not a lot of reason to add that. I do have to wonder if that's what was causing me the problems in this product. Quick reminder yet again that allergy is very tricky and most people will most likely be able to use the new version just fine. But it kind of feels to me like, sort of feels like a downgrade. So, in terms of final thoughts for this video, I loved a product that's no longer available. This is not the first time this has happened on this channel. For $265 for this formula, even if I didn't have an allergic reaction, and I'll never know if it would have been as great as the old version, but it just doesn't, it's not striking me as looking as impressive as the old version. This actually reminds me a lot of the Bite Beauty situation. They did make a vegan formula here. I think they had pressure on them to do that. The old version was better. So that's it. Again, Not my most helpful video, I know, just sharing with you what happened, but I guess the good news is, in the end, my ultimate conclusion is it's not going to be a top recommendation from me. I can't say that would be the case if I had tried the old version sooner, but that's gone forever, so here we stand, and yeah, I don't think it's worth the hype. As is always the case on my channel, if you agree with me, if you disagree, feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. I always welcome them. But do make sure to let us know which version it is you've tried of the Augustinus baiter. And that's it. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, I truly hope this video gave you something, if nothing more than getting to watch a terrible allergic reaction take place. If you did find today's video helpful, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.